Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and we're back talking about these broken slicers that we have. Um, I know that I like to joke around on this channel and kind of make mountains out of molehills sometimes for comedic effect, but I'm genuinely disturbed and concerned about the behavior of these slicers. Even more so because I've got some more examples. Jeffrey, insert a pun, Weir. He sent me some more examples of just bizarre slicer behavior, and I just think there needs to be some awareness brought to like the community about just the bizarre behavior of slicers, right? Because we don't want people getting incorrect results and wrong answers. Um, that as a community, we should inform people and help people out, right? So that they don't fall in these weird traps. But and that's whether you believe these slicers are they're bugs and they're broken, or you got to admit it's at least bizarre, odd behavior that needs to be explained by somebody because it's just not rational. And I'll show you exactly why it's not rational in three different examples, right? The one that we've been going over, and then two additional ones. So, it's something that happened recently with the community that I thought was great, and that the new card visual got, released in Microsoft without telling anybody, like blew away the old card visuals, right? They hid them technically. And the community came together and they, informed people on how to get those back, right? You go to here, you go to restore default visuals, right? And you do that. It says, yep, about to restore the default visuals. And now you've got your old card, and your old multi-row card back, right? That's great to see. So I would like to ask a favor of those people that post about that sort of thing. Could you make a post about this issue with these slicers and just their odd behavior? Because I think there needs to be some awareness in the community around this, because I don't think these are very well known issues that are out there. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But anyway, so if you haven't been following along, this first example that we'll show you is I have a month years table right here. That's the entire semantic model as far as we're concerned. We have this month years. So I'm just basically I've got 2011. I got one row for every day in 2011, and then I've inserted a junk row, right? So here is a sort descending. Here's my junk row, right? So we're ascending at January 1st, right? So pretty typical stuff. So there's 366 rows in this table, 365 in 2011 plus one junk row, right? So now in this filter, in this slicer, I've got this filtered to be anything, any month or any value, right, for the name of the month and year that does not contain the letter A. So I get June 2011, July, September, October, November, December, as well as my junk row. Now, without anything selected, right, there's 366 rows in that table. And it's not filtered as far as this card is concerned. And then this one is bringing back all the different values, right? So measure 3, which is, so this is just count rows, month, years, right here, right? That's all it is, just counting the rows in the table. This one is using is filtered, it returns filtered. If not, it returns not filtered. And then this one is just concatenating the values. I use concatenate X. I grab the distinct, right? Select columns, month, year sort. I return month, year as the display, separated by commas, and I sort by month, year. Sort. There you go. Nothing complicated about any of this DAX, all right? So now if I don't have anything selected, right, I get 366, it's not filtered, and everything shows up in my table, even though, right, I've filtered this on A, but this makes perfect sense to me, right? I haven't filtered anything in this slicer, so everything's in context as far as the underlying table is concerned. What I don't agree with is when I select all, that nothing changes, right? And I still 366, and it still says it's not filtered, and still everything is in context. Versus if I instead select this, 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 it's 184 rows. It is filtered, and it's filtered to the right damn values. All right. Now here's some even more bizarre stuff. So if I select all, it's not filtered, right? Now I unselect June. Well, it's filtered, but it's 366, so it just took off the June rows or whatever, but it's still 366 minus the 30 for June, which you can see right down here. Still got all these. And so I can literally uncheck all of these. I have nothing selected in my slicer, and I still have 182 rows. It's filtered, and it's filtered to these uh these month values. Now, how bizarre is that? Um, so this is, and now I can pinpoint exactly when this bug was introduced. Let me find it. It's in here. So of course, because I keep track of all the different releases in that. So June of 2019 is when visual level filters for slicers was introduced. So that would be my best guess as to when this bug was introduced. So over 6 years ago, we're coming up on 6.5 years that this bug has been in Power BI. And I don't know if too many people have even noticed that this is there have been a few people that have chimed in on my YouTube channel and been like, it's always worked this way, Greg. Right? But I don't know how well this is known in the community. I don't think it's very well known. And as well as these next two bugs, I think might be even more obscure. Um, so that's this one. This is the one that kind of started it all, where we were trying to determine, can we determine between all or nothing, right? So is all or nothing selected? And the answer is no, because no matter if it's select all or not select at all, it's not filtered as far as Power BI is concerned for whatever reason, right? Which makes no damn sense whatsoever. But as this is clearly filtered. So now the next one, let's go and get to Jeffrey Weir's slicer bug. All right, so for this one, well, I need to reset this. Let's clear all that. Okay, so now we've reset this. All right, so now this is just, for this first one, all we care about is this input table. All right, we have this, all it does is generate series from 1 to 624, right? We have two measures where we get the min of the input value, right? Min input value, and the max of the input value. That's it. So here we have a slicer. It's a between slicer, right? And it works perfectly well, right? It goes from 1 to 624. And if we can set this to like 2, and minimum's 2, maximum's 624. And we set this to 10, right? It's 10, 624, right? Everything works just fine, right? But now let's introduce some filtering in here. And this works either way. All right, so let's say advanced filtering where it is greater than 9 and less than or equal to 600, and let's apply that filter. So, okay, so you might say, okay, well, you haven't touched, this is showing that this is 10 and this is 600, but this is showing 1 and this is showing 620, but you haven't changed anything. You just changed that filter, so nobody's interacted with this slicer, and that's what the problem is, Greg. Okay, great. All right, 162. Right, now I'm going to set it back to 10. Nope, it's 1. So and you're like, well, that's because everything's selected in there. Well, no, because I can change this to 477. This is still 1, apparently, right? And if I set this to like 600, it's 624, right? If I set it to 600, right, it's still 624. If I set it to 599, it's 599. Watch this one. If I set it to 601, it's 601. But if I just touch, I'm just going to click on this. I'm not going to drag it or anything else. I'm just going to click. Click 624. And this gets set back to 600. So that is super bizarre behavior, but it's still sort of kind of the same problem, with this. We're using this filtering, and I can tell you, it doesn't matter if you're using advanced filtering or basic filtering. I've tried both ways. But now let's take a look at this other one that Jeffrey came up with. So now what this one is this is using this as the data model, this year and year downstream. And year is just it's basically generates series between 2021 and 2025. Okay, there you go. Year downstream is the exact same thing, 2021 to 2026. So it's got an extra 2026 row in it. And again, and there's a 1-to-1, right, between the two tables. Now, both of the slicers in this case are based off the year table. Okay, the card visual is based off max year selected, which is a measure, and that is using the year downstream table. So max year downstream year, this is the same thing. It's using the same measure. Now, in this slicer, which is not an in-between slicer, you've got selected 2021, 2022, 2023, right? You do have a blank row here because of the 2026, but the max comes out correct. I've got 2023 selected here. It's 2023. But in the in-between slicer, I've got 2021 and 2023. It doesn't matter like what this is. For whatever reason, the max is still 2026, which makes no sense. It's only because this is a between slicer and this is not a between slicer. Like, and I can use, different slicers, slicer settings, tile, let's say vertical list, right? I can say 2021, 2022, 2023. It works. 2024, 2025, it works, right? Whether it's a vertical list slicer or it's a tile, maybe it's a drop down, right? 2021, 22, 22, 23. But as the in-between slicer, it doesn't work. And this has nothing to do with filtering or anything else, right? So slices are broken, man, in Power BI. I mean, it's just, I don't know any other way to like describe it other than this is some weird, odd behavior. And it greatly concerns me that there's a lack of awareness about just how broken slicers are in Power BI desktop. So if people could help me out and spread the word on it, I would greatly appreciate that. But that's all I had for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.